Hi there. Just wanted to show everybody what I've been working on in my shop here for the last few months. It's a 50 Chevy business coupe. It came to me with a 6-cylinder in it that somebody had put in there years ago, and I pulled that out and the transmission and put a 327 in it with a turbo 350. I moved the brake cylinder up to the firewall up here like this. Normally they're mounted underneath the car. We found this kit at Speedway to be able to move it up here. Put this radiator in it also. This is also another Speedway item. It's supposed to fit this car. It's a direct fit with a transmission cooler in it. Got the tranny lines hooked up down the bottom of the radiator down there. Did these brackets for the alternator and power steering. Nice billet brackets. Nice and compact and really a nice sharp look, and they're inexpensive too. They're like $35 a piece. Rewired the whole car. Some of the wires are just kind of laying here loose. The customer wants to take care of some of this stuff himself. I kind of did the basic wiring for him, and he's going to hook up the headlights, taillights, all that other stuff himself. So I just kind of got the wires looped up over stuff for him. I took the whole front clip and bumper and everything off this car to do my work. Just made things a whole lot easier because I did a whole new suspension kit in the front with rack and pinion steering and stuff. And here in a couple minutes I'll raise the car up and kind of take a look at what I did on the bottom. It's a nice sharp looking car. It's got nice pinstripe flames on it. It's still pretty clean. It's an older restoration, but it still looks pretty good. The motor it was in here was a 6-cylinder with a supercharger on it, a Wien supercharger. And I actually, I'm going to keep the Wien, and it's going to end up on my wife's Roadster that she has a flathead in. And so we'll end up putting that supercharger on that. That'll be a fun project, and I'll do some more documentation of that one as I'm going on that one. This one here is my only video of it. I just really never had the time to do a video. It was kind of sporadic whenever I was working on it, and I just never really took the time to do the videos. I put a 10-volt posi rear end in it too, got rid of the torque tube style 1950s rear end out of it. On the inside I did a tilt column steering wheel. This nice aftermarket gauge, and it's got all the gauges you need all built into one. It's a real nice gauge. Looks correct in the car too. It doesn't look like we've added something. To me it looks error correct. For a nice classic hot rod. Here's kind of how I ran the steering. I did a cable style. Let's see if I can get a shot of that there. Yeah, right down in there. I did a cable off the column down to the transmission instead of rods. A lot easier to run it for the shifter. The steering goes down to the rack down there. I had to notch the frame, and quite a bit of going on to get a rack in one of these. But all right, well, I'll raise the car up here and we can take a peek at the bottom. All right, so I got the car up in the air now. A lot of the work I did actually happened underneath the car here. So you can see the rear end that I put in it. You can see the shackle mounts and stuff here. Customer wanted to go with air shocks. He plans on trying to tow a trailer and stuff behind this, so he wanted to be able to adjust his stiffness of his ride and stuff depending on his load. So I wasn't opposed to it. He brought the shocks and I put them in for him. Eventually, once he gets the car running, I'll add on to his mufflers here. We'll do some nice tailpipes up over the axle. But for now, I just stubbed in some exhaust so he can get it fired up and tuned and whatnot. So did a nice X pipe in his exhaust system. It just sounded really good. Transmission cross member. And here's that cable that comes down off that column. So the shifter cable comes down off the column and then loops around into the transmission here. Like I said, it made it a lot easier to be able to run the shifter. Let me see if I can get a shot of that bottom of the column up there where the cable comes off. Yeah, it's right there. And if anybody's got any questions about anything I used here, just comment and I'll you know, answer anything I can. Here's the front suspension we put in it. I couldn't tell you the brand of it. He just showed up at the parts one day, says, here, put them in. And that's what I did. I ran all new brake lines everywhere. I had to cut one coil off the springs. I did learn quickly that a kit is a kit, and it's pretty wide open what you can put them in. You can put them in a car with a 4-cylinder all the way up to a fully dressed big block, and you pretty much got to adjust the height yourself, and that requires taking springs in and out. And yeah, if you learn anything from this, if you got a small block and a 50 Chevy and you're putting a kit in it, cut one whole coil off. Don't cut a half off, put it in, and then have to take it back out and cut the other half off. I cut one full coil. Well, I cut it half first, put it in, then had to take it back out and cut the other half off, which is a good step to do. I mean, you don't want to take it all at once and then realize you're too low and have to put spacers in, but that's what I ended up having to do on this one, was one full coil. A shot of the rack and pinion. Once again, I'd notch the frame out for the lines and for the steering knuckle to be able to go up through the frame. But I think it'll ride real nice once he gets it done and driving down the road. Like I said, still a pretty solid car. It's getting a little bit of rust here and there, but it's an older restoration. Okay, thanks for watching and comment. Thanks.